Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master here. I'm doing a video today, and this is going to be a controversial one, but I figured I'd talk about this. And I've always been mixed, at least for like the last 15, 20 years, about guns and gun ownership. On one hand, I can listen to one side say this and that, and the other side say this and that, and agree with them as well, both sides. I hate to both sides this. And I didn't want to talk about the recent shooting that happened, in Texas and stuff. But obviously people have their opinions about that, or that go run the gamut from the crazy stuff to this or that, But I think, it really depends on the situation and what we're talking about. But for one thing, I did want to mention this, and this is what kind of the subject of the video is about. And that is Kevin Trudeau, that scam artist. I mean, no, not Kevin Trudeau, but Justin Trudeau. Today, yesterday, he put in a bill, or not a bill, he put in a executive freeze on the sale of handguns in Canada. All in response to this shooting. Now, for one, this is not like Canada is not known for a super high amount of mass shootings. They'd rather eat their poutine or whatever and fucking maybe go hunting. But are they known for mass shootings? No, not that I know of. For one, it was done by executive order, as far as I know. And two, it's like decapitating a head with, for dandruff. It's like Frank Zappa's metaphor for the PMRC. It's a complete overreaction, which to me, it spells doom for Trudeau, I believe. And now handguns are one thing compared to, I can get on board with, certain amounts of regulations on guns. I think it's understandable why people want them. I mean, at least theoretically, philosophically, like for the last two and a half years, the governments of the world have done such crazy stuff to just that I don't know. I don't know anymore what my stance on guns are, is. But at this point, when a country bans handguns outright overnight, to me, that just symbolizes completely like authoritarianism, period. I mean, it's like, first of all, America would never do that, of course, and Biden will not do that. I know he won't, for a fact. No matter what unhinged NRA conspiracy nut person says, which, people consider me a conspiracy nut, but that's one conspiracy theory I don't subscribe to. I don't think Biden's going to take away everybody's handgun. But it seems like Trudeau in Canada lately are like every conspiracy theorist's like nightmare. It's like the test subject for all this stuff, like the WEF kind of shit. Soon they'll be eating bugs living in pods, up there, or poutine with bugs in pods, or whatever the fuck, maple syrup made out of bugs, in the pods, or, whatever the fuck they want to do. So yeah, right now it's I just wanted to put that out there, that's completely nonsensical to outright have a government authority outright ban handguns, sales of new handguns. Now handguns, there's just no way that handguns are on the same level as an AR-15 or anything else. It's just completely bullshit. It's just completely insane. And the fact that he did it, basically single-handedly without any kind of democratic process, that's even worse. Like if Canada voted, like had deliberations over a series of like months and years, usually probably years. Oh, we need to regulate handguns. Let's do this. Let's talk about this. Debate back and forth. But no, Trudeau just signs with a pen. But of course, he's been signing Canadians' rights away for the past 2 years. The guy is a complete madman. I mean, for a Western democracy, it's leading a lot towards authoritarianism up there. I mean, it's just scary. I mean, okay, we can argue, oh, Britain doesn't have guns, guns. I mean, without looking into the history of Britain and how they got to that point, which I haven't, I doubt it was just some prime minister signed it over, overnight like that. It's just like, I'm sure there was, I'm pretty sure that the British, of all people, would have deliberations over that. But I'm not, of course, I have not read about that. I should have probably read that before this video. But, I know New Zealand. Well, the most authoritarian places for COVID are the most authoritarian places for guns. And I know why, I know, but at least with New Zealand, there was an actual shooting, if you believe in that, I'm just saying. If there was an actual shooting that happened that they were responding to, versus Canada, bumfuck happens, in Canada all that often, So it's completely tyrannical. I would not be surprised if Trudeau eventually, he's the test subject, he's the test case. They're A/B testing, the elites of the WEF, or I'm not saying that's true or not. I'm just speculating. They may be doing this whole thing with these different countries, like, oh well, Sweden's our test subject for this, for COVID, and Canada is this. Who knows? But obviously, this is going to be a controversial video. But I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not an expert enough on Canadian law or how things get passed. But banning guns, basically banning all guns. I mean, essentially, it's not a ban. Like, I guess for sport, you can still own them and stuff. But like, it's just it has a guy gone fucking nuts. I mean, okay, I'm with you there. Like, I don't support a handgun ban because it's self-defense. There's no, a handgun is not a automatic or there are semi-automatic handguns or automatic handguns, but it's not like you have a fucking handgun and you're gonna go shoot a fucking a bunch of people. You shoot like maybe one or two and then you get shot by the cop or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense, to ban handguns. What I'm saying is handguns, almost by their very definition, seem for like home defense and for self-defense, not for military. They're not a military grade weapon. Of course, if you're like stuck in a fucking, you're stuck somewhere and you have to have a shootout with a soldier, and he's the only soldier there, whatever. I'm just saying, like, it's a last resort. But yeah, banning handguns, like, what the hell that's even crazier than any, or at least most liberals in America would not even go that far. That's my point. It's like, I'm gonna ban the sale of new handguns just to prove a point. It's like, the guy is a fucking madman. I'm not some kind of big pro-gun guy. My parents took away the guns from my G.I. Joes when I was growing up. They didn't from Transformers, but they didn't realize that the Transformers were sentient beings as well, because of the Allspark. But anyways, it was a little nerd stuff there. Or Star Wars even. I don't think they took away from Star Wars, which is funny. But I understand the G.I. Joe, because it was kind of like brainwashing kids to be like for the military-industrial complex and all that shit. So I sort of understand that, even though one of them now probably supports that, the military-industrial complex. But yeah, it's so stupid. What's next coming from Canada? Canada is like a bundle of surprises, isn't it? It's been a surprise lately. I wouldn't be surprised if they just like censor the internet, and have social credit score. If they do the social credit scores thing, and the they already kind of did it with the which is going through courts right now in Canada. The whole convoy thing, they sort of did a social credit-esque thing with the freezing people's bank accounts. So Trudeau can go fucking jump, get the fuck out of the Canadian government. The guy is a scumbag through and through. I don't care if people call him communist or he's an illegitimate son of Fidel Castro. I don't fucking know about all that. I don't even know if handguns are banned in Cuba. I'd have to look it up, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're not. I mean, this is like insane. This is completely insane. The guy is completely off his rocker, man. I mean, people think Biden is like really bad, and obviously he's incompetent. But that's the thing about Trudeau; he's too competent. So that's about all.